Alright, welcome to the race report. I haven't raced yet, just out on a walk in Butterham area, just out of Mooloolaba. It's a nice little naturey spot to discuss all the things leading up to the race. So it's been a long time since I last did a triathlon race. Did those little training sessions that those that follow me on Insta and Strava would have seen. And if you follow that, you know that I think I'm in pretty good form. We'll see how that is tomorrow, whether I am or not. But it's been 3 months, almost, it actually will be to the date, 3 months since my last race. In that time, I've put in some solid training. I've built up some immunity to the old spicy cough, and I'm back ready to rumble a little bit. In this time, there's been a lot happen, including some hectic floodings and wild shenanigans going on, but we're living, enjoying life, making the most of what we can, experiencing everything like these amazing waterfalls, or not waterfall, creek. Serenity, right? Oh man, is this the best race vlog you've ever seen so far? Probably, but setting standards. How do I describe the last few months? Solid roller coaster. My local training ground, which is pretty much Tweed and South, was all flooded. It's still flooded. There's a sense of guilt, I guess, that my life is unaffected while all those down there are quite severely affected, which is a massive shame, but me being positive will hopefully help them be positive. I went down Monday to help out Al and Pusscat rebuild the homes for the animals. That was cool and all. At least the airbag worked.
Just a heads up.
It was hard because so many places needed so much help, and this place wasn't as hectic looking as the streets of Mooloolaba, Tumbalgum, all these severely affected areas, but at the same time the animals can't rebuild their own homes, so that was where my priority went to, helping the animals that can't build their own structures. And seeing that we've put them in such a state in the world, I feel like it's a bit of our responsibility to help them out a little bit with fixing their homes. So yeah, now we're at today, Saturday. I drove up Friday night after work. Dad drove, I was passenger. I ate dinner, dessert, some extra snacks, and then Dad forgot that he had chocolate coated freeze-dried strawberries, so I ate those too. Slept at Nan's place. It was 35 minutes when I woke up, but by the time I left, it was 45 minutes to get here because of traffic at 6:30 in the morning was already rough. So hopefully tomorrow morning's less than 40 minutes to the race. I've just finished my taper session, just an easy 20-ish minute bike, 10-ish minute run and a 10-minute swim. Feeling really good, feeling really strong. Just out here enjoying nature, experiencing it all. I've got to wait till the afternoon to rack my bike, so just out in the bush, breathing the fresh air. I'll then go hit up Cafe V. I'll show you guys the food, obviously. I'm like a foodie. This will be a half travel vlog, half food vlog, half triathlon race report. Just enjoy being up on the sunny coast and amongst the trees, and then we'll let absolute hell rain down on course tomorrow. I'm keen, I'm pumped. We've got a big season coming up, so about to see a lot more of this ugly mug. We're gonna have to talk about it. I guess that's why you've just sat through that long, so you can hear about it. The race didn't go to plan. I'll give you a few tips on how not to race an ITU race. Be last out of the water. buy over a minute, ride a road bike on your own, and then try and run. It's not ideal. That's exactly what I did. Obviously, as you could tell by the last couple of minutes, and if you've been talking to me leading up to the race, I was pumped, I was keen, I was confident, and I knew I was going to race well. I did end up racing pretty good, but just not good enough. Take things, learn from them, grow from them, and hopefully just keep on keeping on, and eventually I will make an ITU bike pack. Well, the day before actually, I ate way too much, to be honest. I don't think that was an impacting factor, but it definitely didn't make the morning smoother. I had that amazing VFC burger with the loaded fries and chocolate milkshake for lunch. Delicious. I don't regret it at all. Except that I think the plant-derived chicken, rather than the corpse of a living being that had to be slaughtered and murdered for me to eat it, I prefer to eat. It's derived from plants, it's processed, but it's delicious, and it means no chickens were harmed. And I got to enjoy all that food I grew up loving. So I had that. It was a bit too much. And then so were the loaded fries. It was an experience. And then dinner the night before, I prepped the spag bol. I made probably too much. I probably made enough for 3 dinners, and I compacted it into 2 dinners, so Friday and Saturday night. I should have had the biggest dinner Friday night. I've been trying to intuitively eat a lot lately, so whenever I start to get full, I just stop. And then if I get hungry again, I just have a Cliff Builders bar for dessert, or a banana, or a date, or something like that. Just so that I'm not pooing as much in the morning. If you're vegan, you know what this is like, but if you're not, go vegan and find out what it's like. All you eat is fibre. You're eating a healthy, whole food, plant-based diet. Yeah, I ate too much at dinner. Paid the price in the morning. I think I did a couple poos before we left. We got halfway down the highway and I needed to poo again. We got to the race and we parked near the first toilet. I went. And we walked up. There was another toilet. I went. I got all the transitions sorted, racked, ready, let's go. And then went to the toilet. To be honest, it was only 6 times. The fact that I say only 6 times is probably concerning. And if that's more than you poo in a week, check yourself, because you've probably wrecked yourself. Got a little bit of warm-up done. That was good. I felt really confident. I was like, yeah, let's go. I was on, I was pumped. Jumped in line, I was like, yeah boys, let's have at it. I was all jokes and smiles and just really good vibes.
Right, we're away, folks. This is the elite men in the Oceanic Cup, Mooloolaba 2022. Some of Australia's best and world's best athletes on.
We hit it hard to the first turn, boy. I was with the pack. I was at the back of the pack, but I was still on the pack. And then halfway between the first turn, boy, and the next turn, boy, I don't really know what happened. There was 2 or 3 in front of me, like 1, 2, 3, and the group was wide. And I think on that straight, the guys just went for it to try and make a gap. And they went from 3 wide, they strung out, the pace picked, and I just couldn't hold the feet, which is quite deflating to know that I was there and I just got dropped. I think it was a bit of sighting issue, because the guys had moved, the guys came across and they came across this way. I didn't come straight across, a gap opened and the rubber band snapped. That was pretty much it for the swim. I swam solo the rest of it. I was hoping that it was just one big surge and they'd slow up again. They didn't. The gap got quite big.
Go Travis! Go Travis!
I was a minute and a half out of the water behind the guys, which is just ridiculous. I shouldn't be more than 30 seconds behind the top. Between first out of the water and myself shouldn't be more than 30 seconds. There's no way you can make that up on the bike. So I started the bike a minute and a half down. I decided that, alright, we're already last. No one's overtaking me, so I might as well just empty the tank. Maybe I'll catch up to some people that got dropped, or maybe there'll be a big bike crash, hopefully not. Or maybe everyone will just sit up because they're one big group and no one will want to work, and I can do a Bradbury and just pull on the back and rejoin the guys. That didn't happen. Out of town was tailwind, so on the highway it was good. I think I was sitting on 45k an hour on the way out. We turned, come back. My gels, 0, 20, and 40k on the bike. I think I got to about 30k before I was like, I'm done. I felt really good at 10 and 15k mark. I was like, yeah, like we're putting in the power, we're pumping, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then I turned, headed back into the headwind, and it was just rough from there. It felt like I was in the second half of the Sunny Coast 70.3. Same thing happened, I got dropped on the bike. I was just riding alone on that highway in the wind. But when you're alone for so long, pushing the limit, your mind gets pretty busy. I went through a lot of negative self-talk, but I also pulled through. So I guess that's all the shit I dealt with when I was younger has built quite a resilient human and athlete that when I'm dead last, dropped, out of the race, I'm still not going to give up. I still know I'm worth fighting for. I might as well do good, and at the end of the day, the only reason I'm not stoked with my race is because I'm comparing myself to others. Not a good principle to live by in normal life, so why would you do it in racing? Because how you do anything is how you do everything.
Go Travis.
Decided, let's just empty the tank. We'll deal with the run when we get there. Let's just be in the present, ride to the end, get the bike done. So I can get off the bike, off the highway, I can put my shoes on and just see what happens. Whether I just jog and enjoy running along Mooloolaba, who knows. I ended up, because I was able to get myself back into a positive mindset, I ended up feeling pretty good coming off the bike, even though my body was done. I was cooked and exhausted, legs were so heavy, they just didn't want to do anything. I started the run and I was like, let's just get it. I don't know what, maybe I could drop a 10k PB here, which is 33:01 that I did at Noosa try. And I was like, why not? Like I popped at Noosa, I've already popped. Let's just send it and pop again.
Let's go, Trav, bring it on, brother! Yee-hoo! Here we go.
So yeah, I just ran strong out, and thankfully the streets of Mooloolaba were stacked with amazing crowd and support. And the first 2Ks, which is from transition to Alexandra Headland, was people cheering everywhere, yelling out. A lot of people knew my name. It wasn't on my name, like I've got Coleman, but everyone was yelling Travis, so that was pretty cool for people to yell out and cheer for me. I was like, you guys realize I'm very last. I'm way off. I'm not leading the next group of guys. I'm off the back of those guys that are like 10 minutes ahead of me. But I guess I didn't care, and neither should I. I was that far back. As I ran past Dad, he was like, "You alright?" And I was like, "Fuck, am I going that slow?" But yeah, I ended up running up over the hill. As Lorcan turned for his second lap of the run at the top of the hill, I came just over that crest, ran down the hill together, ran along the flats for a little bit, and turned the UE to head back. And I don't think he picked the pace up. I think I just dropped a bit. So it was really cool to run with Lorkie for a little bit. I felt quite confident that I was able to not be super far behind those guys on the run after riding solo, and they were in a big pack pulling turns. I'm not sure what their ride or race was like because we were pretty much in a different race. Pretty happy with my run, and I guess I'll take the positives out of everything in that my mind kind of went to, do I give up because I'm being beaten? No. Do I give up on myself, everyone who supports me? No, I don't. When the going gets tough, do I just surrender? No, I don't. What kind of athlete do I want to be? I want to be an athlete that's not going to give up when the tough gets rough, when it's a hard slather, just because it's hard or just because I'm behind. I'm just going to give up. No, I'm not. It's not who I am. It's not the person I want to be outside of sport either. So it was a really good learning opportunity. It was really tough physically, mentally. I think I got a lot of mental strength out of this, even though I do kind of feel a little deflated. But again, I know that's only because I'm comparing myself to those guys. If I compare myself to anyone else in the race on the weekend, I can feel good about myself. But again, I don't feel good about myself when comparing myself to anyone, whether I'm ahead or behind them. I compare myself to myself, and I'm pretty happy with what I did.
Just a heads up, Lorcan, this is not lemonade.
Hey Travis, well done mate.
Got Bribey Tri coming up this coming weekend. Time to freshen up, recover, do a little bit of training Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Not too much. Easy Tuesday, Thursday sessions, hard Wednesday, recover Friday, race Sunday at Bribey, and then we got a lot of races after that, so we'll keep it there.